celestial body project by Hyun Ji. And he beholds the moon like a rounded fragment of ice filled with motionless light. Gustav Flaubert from The Temptation of Saint Anthony. The moon. The moon is the only natural satellite of Earth. It is the second brightest celestial object after the sun. The moon was formed about 4.5 billion years ago, approximately 30 to 50 million years since the making of the solar system. Incidentally, it is composed of the same primordial debris as Earth itself. The currently prevailing hypothesis is that the Earth-Moon system must have begun after the giant impact of perhaps an enormous meteor or an asteroid with Earth plucking the Moon material off. From the lunar samples collected by Apollo in 2012, we can know that the Moon and our Earth share isotopic compositions such as of titanium. Hence, the Moon must have been a part of the Earth. Moreover, the Moon and the Earth must be bound in a system since the barycenter or the common center of their masses is 1,700 kilometers under Earth's surface. Structurally, the Moon has about 50 km thick unearthed side rich crust, a crystallized magma mantle rich in minerals, a 300 km outer core of liquid iron, and a 240 km smaller inner core of solid iron, together with a 500 km partially molten boundary around the core. There is also the regolith or comminuted surface layer atop the crust made of silicon dioxide glass, commonly called lunar soil. Interestingly, the Moon exhibits its far side only. It is also called the South Pole or Atacama Basin of 2,240 km diameter and 13 km depth. These are the near and far side of the Moon. Geologically, the Moon consists of dark lunar plains or maria of basaltic lava. Then there are the light-colored highlands or terrae of molten magma. Also, there are about 300,000 impact craters resulting from comet, meteor, or asteroid collisions. There are in the South Pole, one of which has a temperature of 30 Kelvin, minus 238 degrees Celsius. Likewise, the Hermit crater in the North Pole has a temperature of 26 Kelvin. These are the coldest celestial spots recorded. Moon fact file: it goes around Earth once every 27.3 days. Its external magnetic field is of 1 to 100 nanoteslas. Its atmosphere is a near vacuum of total mass less than 10 metric tons. It is 1/4 Earth diameter, 1/50th Earth volume, and 1/80th Earth mass. Tidal waves on Earth are caused due to the gradient in intensity of the Moon's gravitational pull from one side of Earth to the other. A lunar eclipse happens when Earth comes between the Sun and the Moon, casting a shadow and blocking off the lunar lights. A lunar eclipse diagram. A historical moment. The U.S. made Apollo 2 takes Neil Armstrong to the Moon on July 20, 1969. An amazing find. Frozen water pockets have been found on the Moon by the Clementine spacecraft in 1994 using bistatic radars, and by Chandrayaan-1 in 2008 with the Moon Mineralogy Mapper aboard. Inputs by scientists. Pythagoras of Samos talks of the moon. Plutarch writes a text on the lunar body. Galileo Galilei is the first to report craters and mountains on moon. Giambattista Riccoli writes Almagestum Novum in 1651 using lunar vocabulary still in use. Johannes Hevelius, founder of lunar topography, published the first lunar atlas. Francesco Grimaldi built and used instruments to measure moon's geology. He makes the moon map called selenograph. Tobias Mayer is the first to invent lunar coordinates. Giovanni Plana records motions of the moon. Frank Washington Very used a bolometer to measure moon's temperature.